Hi, crafty friends, and welcome to December. I'm so excited that December 1st is finally here. It's time to start working on our Advent kit, Create a Card a Day kit. And so for those of you who got it, hopefully you have obeyed the instructions and did not open until December 1st. This has been sitting on my desk now for a while. And so I'm so excited. I've got a box here full of all the cards that we're gonna make this month as we count down to Christmas. And I'm looking forward to doing the first one with you today. If you have any questions, just send me a note or put a note in the comments. As you make your cards, I hope you will take a picture of them. You can post your pictures in the comments. If you mix it up, that's awesome. I'd love to see what you do with it. And one of the most important things as you're making them, I think, is think about who you're going to give it to. Because if at the end of the day they just sit in a box on your shelf, then they haven't really fulfilled their Christmas promise of bringing joy to someone when you actually give the cards away. So let's get going. Let's go ahead and open the box. Been waiting for weeks to open this on December 1st. And so we'll take out, inside is going to be envelopes for each day. And we'll take out the first one and open it up. So 24 days to Christmas. It's going to go by fast, I think. So I hope you'll enjoy the card making journey with me for a few minutes each day as we go through this busy month. So here's the first card. It's going to be, this is the instruction sheet. It's got a picture on the front. It's going to be this really cute little banner kind of card with an adorable little reindeer on it and Happy Christmas and a couple of little bows. So the first thing I want you to know about all these kits is many of them have very little pieces inside. And so I've done a lot of die cutting, and it's going to make really pretty cards, but you'll want to be careful when you open it. So open it over a relatively clear surface and take out all of the contents. There'll be an envelope in each one, a card base, and all the little pretty things that you're going to put on it. So we'll get that sorted out. And then the instructions are on the other side of this. So we'll just be following along very simply, putting the white piece on the inside of the card, layering up the front, adding the sentiment, adding the red bows, and putting a little bit of bling on. So let's get all of our things ready. I think for this whole kit, here are the adhesives we're going to use. So we'll probably be using a lot of the liquid glue, the green kind I like very much. We'll use tearing tape for some of the bigger pieces, putting like the fronts on cards, putting the insides in, that's very good. And then I've got kind of my go-to, the Stampin' Dimensionals and the mini dimensionals. And we will use a lot of these. I think every card is gonna have some dimension to it. I think those adhesives will do it for this kit. You're of course welcome to use other adhesives if you have any favorites. If you like the tape runner, that can be used where I would use the tearing tape. There's also glue dots and fine tip glue that can really help with some of the attachments here. Okay, so as I said, we have an envelope. There's two envelopes in this one. You'll only get one. So we'll set the envelope aside. And the directions say first to tape the white piece to the inside of the card. So there's a white banner cut the same as the red. And that'll be the place that you'll write. So let's use some tear tape on this. I'll try to tell you what adhesive I'm using. But you know, as I said, use whatever you would like. There's some adhesive that's better for some jobs than others. So the tear tape is good. From my perspective, it's good when you have large pieces of cardstock and you want things to lie flat and you don't want any warping from the paper from the glue. So we're just going to center that in, and that is going to be the inside of the card. And then the instructions say to layer the green cardstock. So that's this banner piece. And the patterned paper with the Christmas trees. And the gold paper. And it says to adhere them, but leave the bottom loose. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to tape down the bottoms of these flags. So there'll be a little bit even more dimension and movement to the page. So I'm going to use the tear and tape for this, and I'm just going to adhere along the top edges, and we're going to layer it one after the other. And I'm going to put this one about center, and then the other pieces I'm going to layer lined up with the top. The patterned paper has on the back side a design that is cute too with trees and deer. You could also use that, but a lot of it is going to be covered up by the next layer. So we'll tape that one down along the top, and you can see it's a little bit, you know, you got some flappy going on there, but I like that. And then the gold patterned piece will be next. Another piece of tear and tape here. And then step number 3, we're going to be adhering Happy Christmas. And I'm going to put this one down with glue. You could use the tear and tape as well. And then the reindeer, I'm going to pop up using dimensionals. So we'll use some of the green glue on the sentiment. And there's really no magic to, you know, which adhesive to use. Use whichever one you want for any of the steps. And then, let's see, I think we'll use some of the mini dimensionals so we can get to the edges of the reindeer. And this makes him look, you know, even a little bit more like he's just jumping off the page, off the card. This little reindeer is full of joy and is going to bring a smile to whoever you decide to give this card to. So just peel the backs off of the dimensionals. And he already looks like he's jumping off the page. So I'm just putting him on a little bit of an angle like that. And then it says glue the red bows near the top. So I'm putting these kind of on the edge of the banner. And I'm just going to use a tiny little dot of glue. This one you also could use a glue dot for. And I'm going to stick that there. You can see the extra glue kind of squeezed out there. That'll dry clear, so don't worry about that. And the smaller your dot, the less of that you'll have. Oop. Well, at least it landed face up. So we've got our 2 little bows in the corner. Dab off a little bit of that glue. And then we are going to finish this one up with just 2 little pieces of bling that I'm going to put in the center of the 2 bows I just put down. So this card came together very quick and easy. I hope it gave you a few minutes of creativity in your busyness as we get ready to start December here. And I think you'll find each of the cards in the kit are similarly will come together quickly but make a beautiful card for you to give. So thanks for joining for day 1 of our countdown to Christmas, 24 days to go. And I'll see you again tomorrow for the next card.